Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, student. Welcome back, Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Hope you are learning a lot from this system. This is your ninth lecture, Pakistan Studies, grade second year, boys and girls, and you know that we have started second chapter, Initial Problems of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Initial problems of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, you know that we have discussed in detail in the previous lecture what kind of problems faced Pakistan after its creation, and we discussed administrative problem in detail, then rehabilitation of refugees, canal water dispute, division of the assets. These were the serious problems which Pakistan faced, and also in the previous lecture we discussed succession of the princely state, and the most important issue which we discussed, and still it is between Pakistan and India. Still this issue, Kashmir issue we discuss, and this is the main issue between these two countries to create friendly relation, Kashmir issue. Then we discussed Junagadh, Manavdar, and Magrol and Hyderabad. These states they wanted to be the part of Pakistan on the it's according to the division plan or the 3rd June plan, the right was given to these states, but at the final stage when the plan was announced, Radcliffe announced this plan, they were given to India. Today our topic, efforts for resolving the problems. Efforts for resolving the problems, you know that Pakistan was established as the 5th most populous and biggest Muslim state on the 40th August 1947. Lord Mountbatten, he was the last viceroy of India, and the creation of Pakistan after a long and arduous freedom struggle was in fact a great victory of the democratic idea of life, the staunch faith of the people in the idea of Pakistan, and their ready acceptance of the dynamic leadership of the Quaid-e-Azam made it possible and easier to achieve Pakistan. And Quaid-e-Azam won Pakistan for his people with the unflinching spirit and people's trust in his sincere and dauntless leadership. And after the creation, you know, Pakistan became, Quaid-e-Azam became the first Governor General of Pakistan, and also had already been elected as the first president of the first Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Now, from your book, Efforts for Resolving the Problems, you know that the British and Hindus at last had to surrender before exemplary struggle of the Muslims of India. The Hindu and Congress, however, did not accept the partition and creation of Pakistan from the core of their heart. They always looked for opportunities to create problems for the newly born state of Pakistan. The Indian leaders had accepted the partition in the hope of undoing it soon. And opponents had always predicted that Pakistan shall not be administratively and financially viable, and if at all it comes into being, it will soon come down as a house of cards. These were all propaganda from the Indian side. Problems Pakistan had to face, these were the serious problem immediately after partition Pakistan has to face, were really massive, and time came when it was sensed that the prediction of anti-Pakistan bandits will come True, but due to formidable courage and forbearance of Quaid-e-Azam and his hard work, sacrifice and courage, sincerity he put for nation building combined with the determination of Pakistani people, and of course with the blessing of Allah Almighty, the heavy odds were overcome within a surprising short period of time. And now we will discuss what kind of problems were faced Pakistan early days of the her independence. First problem or the most important, constitution making. You know, the constitution making. Constitution, it is the fundamental law of the state. It is the basic law of the state, and no state or no country can run without a constitution even for a single day. So this was the first challenge for the newly state to establish her constitution. The first session of Pakistan Constituent Assembly was called by Quaid-e-Azam on August 11, 1947, 3 days before the creation of Pakistan. And the assembly consisted of the legislative member. Who were the legislative member? Election 1945-46. Did you remember election 95 or 46 election? We have discussed in detail these election before the creation of Pakistan. Before 1947, the election were held in India, and Muslim League won these election and proved itself a total Muslims political party. And of those who had migrated from India to Pakistan, from the areas that later become part of Pakistan, or those who had migrated from India to Pakistan. And also Quaid-e-Azam was addressing, gave a policy statement regarding the principle of policy to be followed by the state of Pakistan in the days to come. He said that for future constitution will be based. We also have discussed in the first chapter the quotation, this quotation about the constitution, and Quaid-e-Azam clearly mentioned that the constitution of Pakistan has to be made, and I do not know what will be the ultimate or the final or the last shape of the constitution, but it will be based on Islamic principles and it will be democratic in nature. Pakistan will not be a theocracy. The Muslim and non-Muslim citizens, they will be have equal rights, equal social, civil, political right, and no differences, no discrimination between Muslims or non-Muslims in this country on the basis of religion. And also he advised the assembly to complete the task of constitution making within the minimum possible time. And the Government of India Act, did you remember? We also discussed Government of India Act 1935, that was implement. And of course, you know, after some change, it was implement as the interim constitution, temporary constitution, not permanent. And the Quaid-e-Azam was elected the first president of the Constituent Assembly. Next, formation of the government. Formation of the government, I told you Quaid-e-Azam was made the first Governor General of Pakistan, Liaquat Ali Khan. He was the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. And Quaid-e-Azam, under the Quaid-e-Azam guidance, the Prime Minister, you know, that formed a cabinet, a group of ministers, cabinet, a group of minister were they formed. And how many? 5-member cabinet, and member of these cabinet, they were outstanding ability. And by the virtue of his impartial position as Governor General, Quaid-e-Azam was not supposed to interfere in the cabinet affair, but his exalted position and meritorious services for the cause of Pakistan, cabinet decided to take his advice, guidance from him, and gave him the power to even veto the cabinet decision. What is veto? Veto means the power or the right vested to the maybe governor or the government or the president to cancel or postpone the decision passed by the legislature. Next, guidance for the public servant. Guidance for the public servant. Quaid-e-Azam also advised Quaid-e-Azam advised the government officials or government servant to work with sincerity, honesty, devotion. He made it clear to the government official that they were not the rulers but were the servants of the people, and responsibilities of the civil and the government services or military functionaries greatly increased due to the circumstances the state of Pakistan was faced with in her early days after independence. Quaid-e-Azam gave them courage and hope, and also impelled them to work tirelessly for the great task for the nation building. Also addressing a meeting of civil and military officers at Karachi in October 1947, Quaid-e-Azam sympathized with those who had lost their near and dears during the process of migration. We have discussed in detail the migration from India to Pakistan, and it was not easy task. We discuss in detail in the topic rehabilitation of refugee. So Quaid-e-Azam advised that the people with those who had lost their nears and dears during the process of migration, addressing the public servant on March 25th, 1948. Underline, it can be asked in MCQs. When Quaid-e-Azam addressed to public servant 25th March 1948, Quaid-e-Azam told them that they were no more the rulers of the people, but they were their servant and always ready to work for them, serve them with dedication and humility. Nation confidence building, you know that after the creation of Pakistan and after the migration from India to Pakistan, you can imagine the situation or the circumstances on that time. That was not an easy task. It was a tough time or a difficult time for the Muslims of India. The common man was greatly demoralized and disappointed due to the suffering that had come in wake of migration, and also the negative propaganda of the enemies of Pakistan. They were creating hell on the earth, and they were trying to assure people that Pakistan was not going to last long. It was only a few days time before it will come down like a house of God. To dispel the negative effect of this propaganda, the Quaid-e-Azam had to approach people. They gave them hope, courage, and approach people in the remotest part of the country despite his failing health. He gave the people courage, hope. He assured them that Pakistan was born to live and it will be forever, and all the conspiracies of the enemies of Pakistan will soon die out. Other important also steps were taken after which were necessary after the creation of Pakistan, and these important steps. First, you know, the capital of Pakistan. First, it was Karachi. After the creation of Pakistan, Karachi was made the capital of Pakistan. Then the language problem was solved, and Quaid-e-Azam made it crystal clear that Urdu will be only the national language of Pakistan. Number three, to solve the financial problems, Quaid-e-Azam set up. Also, we have discussed refugee fund for the rehabilitation of refugees, and also requested people to make a generous contribution to this fund. And then also Quaid-e-Azam inaugurated the State Bank of Pakistan. When it was inaugurated, underline, mostly it is in your MCQs. 1st July 1948. Number 4, Quaid-e-Azam established the federal court, the highest court of the justice in the country, and now you know that it is called Supreme Court of Pakistan. Quaid-e-Azam gave special attention to the rehabilitation of refugees due to the sacrifice made by the people. The enormous task of rehabilitating millions of refugees was successfully accomplished within a very short period of time, and rehabilitation and certain other important issues shall be studied. You know that in a bit detail separately. We have done this. National solidarity and stability. National solidarity, it can be asked in short question. Also, the enemies of Pakistan, still the same thing which we have done. They were creating problems for Pakistan, and they tried to spur regional, linguistic, relating to language problems, professional differences among the people of Pakistan to dispel the frustration created by the anti-Pakistan, by the enemies of Pakistan propaganda, Quaid-e-Azam visited all the four provinces of Pakistan and some of the remotest part thereof, and impelled the people to stand united and not to fall prey to the propaganda made by the enemies. I told you it was not easy or simple task, and now the enemies of Pakistan, they try to create or to spur regional linguistic and provisional problems between the people of Pakistan. In one of his speech, he made it clear that equal terms that Islam is the only binding force which can keep our people united and together. And he told the people that they were and whatever they live, they will be Muslims and they will be the part of Muslim community. They will be part of Muslim Ummah and belong to Pakistani nation. They should be thankful to Allah for the vast homeland, and He had endowed them with the Punjabis, Bengalis, Pathan, Balochis, Sindhi, all belong to Pakistan, and Pakistan belonged to them all. In his speech on August 9, 1947, he declared, when you will write Qaid Code, please write in the true word, these words. You will not mention your own wording, okay? Let us trust each other. Let us work in double shift if necessary to make our country really happy, really united, and really powerful. And also, Qaid-e-Azam advised the student, and also this is your exercise short question number 6. Exercise question number 6. What piece of advice the Quaid-e-Azam gave to the student? So you will write, I assure you, divided, you fall, united, you stand. Also this quotation, and one more quotation we will discuss in the coming topics. Then you will write these two quotation. Also one this quotation you will write, I assure you, divided, you fall, united, you stand. Quaid-e-Azam vision of Pakistan. Okay, after these problems, to solving these problems, what was the vision of Pakistan? First of all, rehabilitation of refugees. What kind of problems were Pakistan faced? And we have discussed many times rehabilitation of refugees, how Quaid-e-Azam solved these problems and advised the people to help these people who migrated from India to Pakistan. And Quaid-e-Azam met this challenge with courage and determination. He moved his headquarters to Lahore to give his personal attention to the grave problems of refugees. Quaid-e-Azam Relief Fund was created, in which rich and wealthy people were asked to donate generously for the rehabilitation of poor refugees. Quaid-e-Azam handled and solved their problem and handled this situation arising out the influx of refugees with vision, courage, wisdom, and determination. He made stirring speech to revive faith and confidence in the distressed refugees. And also here, Quaid-e-Azam, we have studied and discussed the rehabilitation of refugees in detail. Quaid-e-Azam himself looked after the process of rehabilitation. He established a refugee fund and made an appeal and request to the people to contribute to this fund. He said, these are the wording of Quaid-e-Azam: save all you can and give toward the relief of these victims of bestiality and vandalism who have suffered all these for the sole reason that they are Muslims. And the local population exhibited great zeal and enthusiasm in helping their brethren who were uprooted from their home and hearths only because they were Muslims, and they migrated from India to Pakistan. And this was not easy task, migration, what kind of hardships or difficulties they faced. And these people were provided homes and jobs in a few years' time. And this was made possible mainly due to the personal effort of the Quaid-e-Azam. Guidance for the public servants. Still, we discuss in the efforts of for the resolving of Pakistan, we discuss what kind of attitude Quaid-e-Azam advised the public servant you will have to the people, and responsibilities of the public servant civil military were greatly increased in the post independence period, and Quaid-e-Azam advised them and gave them courage and impelled them to work tirelessly for the nation building. And Quaid-e-Azam advised them, and Quaid-e-Azam addressing the public servant, Quaid-e-Azam said, you do not belong to the ruling class, you belong to the servant. Make the people feel that you are their servant and friend. Maintain the highest standard for honor, integrity, justice, and fair play. This was advice from Quaid-e-Azam to the civil servant. Also, this is your exercise short question number 5. What attitude the Quaid-e-Azam thought public servant should adopt? This is your exercise question number 5, short question. What attitude the Quaid-e-Azam thought public servant should adopt? So you will write completely guidance for the public servant. Also, you will mention this quote. Fighting regionalism and parochialism. What is parochialism? Narrow-mindedness. Narrow-mindedness. The Quaid-e-Azam knew that there were many people inside the country, outside the country. We have discussed in detail what kind of problems they were creating for Pakistan. After the creation of Pakistan, linguistic problem, provisional problem, regional problems they were creating, and among the people of Pakistan. So many people inside the country, outside, who were at loss in realizing that Pakistan was a reality, to go to any Pakistan was a reality, and that it was destined to live it forever. These elements were ready to go to any extent to undo Pakistan, and they believed that Pakistan uh, could be disintegrated by giving rise to the sentiments of parochialism and regionalism among the people. So Quaid-e-Azam advised the nation unity, and Quaid-e-Azam warned the nation to anticipate the danger and stand on one man to defend all these problems and to solve all these problems, to defend against it. And he advised and he said that we are now all Pakistani, and not Balochi, Pathan, Sindhi, Bengali, and Punjabis, and so on. And as Pakistanis, we must feel, behave, act, and we should be proud to be known as Pakistani and nothing else. Quaid-e-Azam advised to Pakistani nation be united, and just and not like promote the regionalism or the parochialism. He advised Pakistani that we must feel, behave, and act that as a Pakistani, and should be proud to be known as Pakistani and nothing else. Addressing the inaugural section of the first Constituent Assembly of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam said that there was a time when religion was used for dividing the people and creating rift among them. But now we are lucky that we are we are not starting in this age, that age. Everybody is free, follow the religion of his choice. All citizen. He used the word citizen. They are equal. Muslims or non-Muslims, they have equal rights, equal social rights, civil rights, political rights, irrespective of their religion and creed. Many times after the creation of Pakistan and before the creation of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam clearly told the people that in newly born state in Pakistan, Muslims and non-Muslims, they will have equal rights, equal civil, social, cultural, political rights, and no discrimination, no differences between the Muslims and non-Muslims. Fundamental principles of the economy, the Quaid-e-Azam vision. Inaugurating the State Bank of Pakistan on July 1st, 1948. I told you, underline, it can be asked in MCQs. Quaid-e-Azam criticized the Western economic system bitterly, that he said that this system is not suitable for our country, for our people. And he believed that the best system is that Islam is the complete code of life. And he mentioned that we shall have a device, a system of our own, and and it should be based on Islamic principle. And he said that economic system of the West has created almost insoluble problems for humanity, and too many of us to it appear that only America can save it from disaster that is now facing the world. The Western world, in spite of its advantages of mechanization and industrial efficiency, is today still is in a worse mess than ever before a history. The adoption of Western economic theory and practice will not help us to achieving our goal of creating a happy and contented people. We must work our destiny in our own way and present to the world an economic system based on true Islamic concept of equality of manhood and social justice. Quaid-e-Azam advised the people, and Quaid-e-Azam wanted to establish a economic system which is based on Islamic principles or Islamic teaching. Also, he had already made it clear in his first address to the first Constituent Assembly. Now, what shall we do now if we want to make this great state of Pakistan happy, prosperous? We should wholly and solely concentrate on the well-being of the people, and especially the masses and the poor. Also, Quaid-e-Azam advised this to the Pakistan. Now, the guiding principles of Pakistan. Guiding principles of the foreign policy. Quaid-e-Azam believed that foreign policy to create friendly relation with the other countries. Quaid-e-Azam believed that Pakistan should adopt the principle of non-alignment while establishing relation with other countries of the world, equal relation with the other countries, and no special relation with any country. Pakistan will have equal and friendly relation with all the countries. And he observed that foreign policy of Pakistan was based on the principle of friendship with all nations. He added that Pakistan did not have aggressive design against any country. Any nation would like that all international issues are resolved with the spirit of justice and fair play. He believed that Pakistan has a role to play, an active member of the Committee of Nation Association of Nation. It was due to Quaid-e-Azam effort that Pakistan was admitted to the member of the United Nations. What is United Nation? United Nation is an organization, international organization, and which was established after the creation, after the Second World War, which was established after the Second World War to create peace in the world. And Pakistan became its member of the United Nations only 1 month after independence. In September 1947, Pakistan established friendly relation with many countries of the world, including the Commonwealth nation. Quaid-e-Azam attached special importance to Pakistan's relation with the Muslim countries of the world. He was of the opinion that Muslim countries should join hands to solve their internal problem and make a common cause of all the issue of international importance, sending an Eid ul-Fitr message to the international Muslim community. He said, "We are all passing through perilous time. The drama of power politics that is being staged in Palestine, Indonesia, and Kashmir should serve as an eye-opener to us. It is only by putting up a united front that we can make our voice felt in the councils of the world." And on October 31st, 1947, Quaid-e-Azam received a delegation of the student and gave them some excellent pieces of advice. And he said that Pakistan was proud of her youth and especially her student, who always remained in the front line of during the hour of strife. And Quaid-e-Azam advised the student, and Quaid-e-Azam, I told you, also you will write this quotation, that is the question number 6, short question number 6. What piece of advice Quaid-e-Azam gave to the students. So you will write Quaid-e-Azam addressing the student at Dhaka. He observed. Quaid-e-Azam used the friends, my young friends. He used this word for the students after the creation of Pakistan when he was addressing the students at Dhaka. You know that now it is now in Bangladesh, and Quaid-e-Azam, when he was addressing, he said, "My young friends, I look forward to you as the real maker of Pakistan. Do not be exploited and do not be misled. Create among yourself an example of what youth can be in fairness to yourself, in fairness to your parents, in fairness to the state, to devote your attention to your studies." Okay, students, today we did two long question. First, efforts for resolving the Pakistan. This is your long question. One short question, national solidarity and stability, and one more long question, Quaid-e-Azam vision of Pakistan. Hope you understand and revise this topic at home. Thank you, student. Have a nice day. Take care. Allah Hafiz.